Hey YouTube, decided to make a video of two very special firearms that I have been looking for well over a year now. Um, I've actually just started getting into firearms myself. I've been shooting them since I was a kid, but I've never actually owned one. I did purchase a 1911 about 3 weeks ago, but I have always wanted a black powder gun or an 1873 single action. And yesterday, I decided to go check out Cabela's. The first time I've been in that store. I wanted to see if they had any ammunition for the 1911. Unfortunately, they didn't. Um, but in the display case, I did see two black powder pistols that I have been looking for a long time. Like I said, they're both. Well, why don't I just show you? This is the Rebel version of the 1851 Colt Navy. Um, I'll show you some of the paperwork that it comes with. Because this one is brass framed, they do give you a warning and a recommendation on how much black powder to use and what type of black powder. Um, I do believe, because this one is a 44 caliber, that it can use up to 35 grains of black powder, but they recommend no more than 25. I even see people online talking about 16, just like it says right here, so that way you don't damage the frame. Comes with a little catalog of some of the guns that they have, and this is a Pieta, by the way. Cabela's little manual on how to load and clean and so forth. Pieta's manual, and here we go. There it is. 1851 brass frame. I don't know if this is accurate or not as far as the Confederate Army having a brass frame. Um, I'm sure there's stories out there, because the Confederacy couldn't afford steel or the tooling that they had. They used more brass so they wouldn't wear their tooling out when they made their firearms, or they didn't have enough steel to make them, so they used brass. Um, I don't know if any of that is true. However, I didn't get these for 100% historical accuracy. I got them because they're pretty damn close. And I know they come in 36 caliber way back in 1851, and the Colt Armies were the 44 caliber, I believe, in 1960. But I wanted 44 caliber, so if I can get it out of this. This thing is the display model. Unfortunately, it's been there for about 6 or 7 months, according to the box. And a bunch of yahoos, like to, hey, can I check out that gun? Sure, and this Cabela's doesn't have rubber mats when they put their firearms on the glass tables, so people just tend to, this looks really cool, and, just drop it on the counter and, move it around. And unfortunately, it has a few scratches. I don't know if you can see them. You see that on the barrel right there? That scratch that goes up on the length by this sight. And it does have a nick on the 44 caliber. If this thing will focus. Focus. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. See where it says powder only, 44 caliber. There's a pretty good nick on the barrel right there. The brass is scratched down there, unfortunately, but everything else is in good shape. And thankfully, Cabela's does put trigger guards on these guns, so you cannot pull the trigger. So thankfully, that protects the gun from the yahoos who like to pull the trigger, pull the hammer back, pull the trigger, and smash the trigger right into the little nipples where the caps go into. You have to pull the trigger, hold the hammer, and gently set it forward so you don't damage them. Yeah, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Sorry if my phone doesn't focus. I don't know why it's having issues. But just check that thing out. It is heavy too. Very heavy. Just listen to that cocking. I don't care what people say, but that's an intimidating noise. click, click, click. Okay, now let's get on to the next one. Yes, I bought both of them. This one comes with the same paperwork, minus the brass framed warning. Little Pieta manual, Cabela manual. Take the top off of this. And there we go. This one is the steel framed 1851 Colt Navy, chambered in 44 caliber. Take this thing out. This one, they did have extras in the back, so thankfully it is not a display model. Doesn't have any scratches, any nicks on it, and it is the engraved one. I don't know if you guys can see that. Pretty gun. The only thing I don't like about these is the engravings right on the side of the barrel. I mean, I understand they want to advertise and warn people black powder only, but, you know, can't you put it somewhere else? Craftsmanship is pretty damn good on this thing. I do not know why my phone has issues focusing. The only problem I can see on this one is the handle. It's not quite sanded down very well. Weight-wise, got a 1911 over here I can compare it to. This 1911 has no ammunition, no clip. Would slide the back or slide the slide forward, but I know it doesn't have any ammo, and I already checked before. I can't do it with one hand. But weight-wise, I know 1911s are really heavy, so if you guys have a 1911, just to gauge the weight on these things, I want to say they're very similar. I think this weighs a little bit more. The 1911 might weigh about the same if it had some ammo in there, but or a magazine in there. But this is a very heavy firearm. Fortunately, I'm having issues finding black powder. I cannot find lead balls. 454 is what it recommends for the size. They're all out of stock around the entire country. The only ones I could find are 451 and 457. Not sure if that will work, but I think I'm going to order both and see. It's pretty cheap, about $13 for 100 rounds, or 100 balls, I should say. I can't find black powder as well. So yeah, let me hold these side by side. I only got about 40 seconds left. There you go. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the brass one, or do you like the steel framed one better? Personally, I kind of like the brass one better. But I wanted both because I'm greedy. So, thank you very much.